Hi, I am so happy to see you. We are now on microhome number 6 and I just can't believe it. I am still processing the information that we are already on microhome number 6. Time just flies so quickly, it's crazy. I swear, it was yesterday when I started building my first microhome for this series in Willow Creek, and here we are now. I am building in San Myshuno, the city that came with the City Living expansion pack. And I am very excited to show you this house because San Myshuno is one of my favorite cities in the whole game. And I know I said the same thing about Windenburg, but both of these statements are true, to be honest. I love Windenburg for a reason, and I love San Myshuno for another one. San Myshuno is an amazing city, and City Living is an amazing expansion pack. It is still in my top 3 or 5 expansion packs, so I highly recommend. And let's not forget that this pack provided us with apartment gameplay exclusively for a long time. We got a few apartments in Eco Lifestyle expansion pack as well, but those are not as top tier as these ones. And I know that For Rent expansion pack is on the corner now, and we can get our dirty hands on it in just seconds or minutes. I don't know when this video will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. It might be even after that expansion pack released, and I am very, very, very excited about that. But let's appreciate this pack for what it is, because it's been a long time and it's still great, and I find myself coming back to this city over and over again and start new Let's Plays and build apartments or renovate apartments in these buildings because I just love it. I mostly love designing interiors or just furnishing builds. I sometimes struggle building complete builds. This is why I love microhomes, because it's challenging, but the build itself is not that great, not that huge. I don't have to have a huge attention span to complete my builds if I build microhomes or I furnish apartments. So it's really my favorite. I love just placing furniture and find colors and stuff like that. So City Living is amazing for that. I completely recommend. I don't know how much For Rent will change this, but I still believe that I will come back to this city and to these apartments to furnish them, because it is quick and very, very rewarding. And I think I refurnished most of the apartments, if not all. You will not be able to find them on my channel here, but you can find them in the gallery if you want. So yeah, I think San Myshuno and City Living will hold up even after For Rent, and I really love the festival gameplay here as well. I think it's top tier. It's better than any other expansion pack that had festivals in The Sims 4. So I am still very happy with this expansion pack. And I think you shouldn't play drinking games with my videos, because I feel like I say the same words over and over again, and I also can't speak, and I am fully convinced that my sim self should get the cringe trait right away as the expansion pack comes out next, because it fits so much. Changing topic, this house was built in industrial style and I love it. I don't know if this is the first video you ever see from me or you watched my previous microhomes as well, but I talk a lot about how much I adore modern architecture, and it is my firstborn baby, and if I could, I would build modern houses over and over again, but I am trying to expand my views and perspective, and I try to experience and experiment with new and other architectural styles as well, and I think it's going great and I enjoyed it a lot, but I really missed myself some modern style in these microhomes. And I know that mid-century modern was quite modernish. It even has the modern in its title, but I'm not sure it applies, at least in terms of my taste. But I consider industrial style modern. In my dictionary it is, and I don't care if it is not in real life. please don't burst my bubble. Let me live in this fantasy and in this dream that it is considered modern, because I don't care. I just love it. I love industrial style and I love this home. I would totally live in this micro home if I could afford it and I could fit all my pets in it. Either way, I love it in The Sims 4 and I am very happy with it, and I hope a few of your Sims would live in this home, because this home deserves that someone will live in it. You will be able to find this home in my gallery. You can find my gallery ID down in the description below, and also at the end of this video on the last screenshot / the end screen, so you will be able to find it. And also this house has a huge kitchen I mean, in terms of micro homes, and I am in a bit of trouble right now, because I don't know if you remember my build from Newcrest. I titled that micro home to be that video to be, I built a micro home with a huge kitchen in Newcrest, and now it just does not hold up and I don't know what to do. I need to find a new title for it. And I was so proud of myself because I was very lazy and I didn't know the style of the home that I built there, and I didn't feel like researching it, so I just grabbed the feature from the house and then ran away with it. And now I can't spare this work anymore, and I hate myself for it. Either way, this house has the same size of that kitchen, and I love it. I don't really have place for living rooms in these houses, but I don't feel like it's very necessary, because I always, not just usually, but I always make sure that there is at least one armchair that people can sit on. I mean, the sim who lives here can sit on, and I also have a TV in these homes so your sim can watch it. And I love that we now have that art TV, art framed TV from Modern Lux Kit, or Modern Lux Kit, because it's amazing and it looks great size down, and it's very practical in that kitchen because your sim can watch the TV while, I don't know, cooking or cleaning or something. Of course, I'm explaining it from a human perspective, not a sim perspective, but I just love the idea of having a TV there with, of course, a proper surface that you can clean easily. Don't get dragged down in these arguments. Don't think too much of these things. In The Sims 4, I don't really care about layouts and floor plans and everyday usability of the items. I just think of them as, in The Sims 4, is it usable? Yes, then it's great. If not, then I need to find a new place for it. Sometimes I feel like reality hits me and I try to make it realistic, but not with these micro homes. Okay, so don't get dragged in that argument that it's not great in the kitchen. It's expensive and you will destroy it with heat and stuff like that. Also, I got the criticism a lot back in the day that I tend to build too much with, or I build all the time with using only black and white, and it's true, it was the easiest to do in The Sims 4, but I'm glad to announce that I am healing, I am on the right path, and I try to add a few warm tones in this home as well, even though it's modern. And you will not find this criticism because it was in another channel or on another channel, but it's valid, and I am glad that I grew out of it now. But let's not spoil it. I might get back to the black and white era, but I really try to get cured from this black and white disease. And I am satisfied with this home because I added a few greens and a few warm wood tones. Also, I have a lot of black, but not that much white. So I think I did great. And also I did brick walls. I love brick walls. It is my thing. I don't know. I can't explain. I even had a brick feature wall or accent wall in my childhood room back in my family house, in my mother's house. and I was begging for it for a year, and it wasn't a real brick wall. Actually, it was a wallpaper, and my brothers installed it, and one of the wallpapers, or I don't know how to say that, one roll of wallpaper was installed upside down, and the shadows didn't work with the brick wall, and it looked ridiculous, and I felt uncontrollable anger anytime I looked at it. I hated it so much. I still feel the same way, but it's still very funny, and I loved it, and I am grateful for my brothers that they took their time to install it for me. And yeah, and now my mother's selling our house, so it's quite nostalgic, and I will not be able to go back to that room ever again. It is a very, very weird feeling, and I don't know why I'm sharing just a fun fact about me and brick walls, but please expect me to use a lot of brick walls in the future as well, because I just can't get rid of them. I love them, and if you see me not using a brick wall in one of my houses, I expect you to applause and congratulate me on it. Okay, it's an addiction for me. Same with black and white. But as I said, I'm healing. I think I avoided a lot of brick walls in my previous microhomes, so I am satisfied with it. I tried to add this outside space for this house so that whoever lives here can entertain guests, as you cannot really fit a lot of Sims in this house. I tried to play with multiple Sims in micro/tiny homes before, and it never went well because Sims were in the way, in each other's way all the time, and it got buggy very early. You can play perfectly with one Sim. I think these homes are amazing for that. Or as a starter home, even though these are very expensive, so I'm not really creating starter homes for you guys. Maybe with one word I will create you starter homes, but not now, and not in my previous videos. So yeah, I think these houses are great for that. I wish I could afford these in real life. This house would be amazing. Either way, you cannot really entertain guests and organize parties in this house without this outside area. I always make sure that you have a lot of space outside that you can use, and also you can expand on this outside area if you want to, because you have a big lot actually. And I think I added a grill as well outside, and I did not add any dining area. It's a weakness of this house, because I think I should have, but I got to a point where I was way too happy with how the exterior turned out, and I wasn't willing to compromise and change it up, change the whole layout so that I could add a dining area. I hope you don't mind. You will see what I'm talking about as we go further in this video, because I created an outdoor area to the other side opposite to this sitting area, and I think it looks great the way I left it, and I don't miss that dining area, and I think I shouldn't have mentioned it, because now that you know that I forgot to add one, you will miss it. And you will criticize me in the comments saying, how could you miss it? But I hope you don't. Also, I didn't really know where to place the bin, and this is how the whole idea started, because I was like, oh no, crap, I will forget the bin again, and I just can't do that. I really need to incorporate this bin somewhere, and I didn't have back door for this house, so I couldn't really make them disappear. So I decided to make them part of the front yard, and I think it went well. I know a lot of houses that do the same trick with their bins, because you have to have the bins close to the street so that when you need to drag them out, it's close and you can do it. So I think it's realistic actually. I said that I am not really paying attention to realism in these builds, but I think this part of this build is quite realistic and I love it, and I think those beans look great there. Of course your sim does not need 2 beans, but I think it looked great as a style, or it was a decorative choice actually. I don't know how much you can decorate with beans, but now you know you can use them for decoration. And I added the grill in front of that hedge. Is it called hedge? I think it is. It's not a bush. I don't know. That fence that is green. Okay, that. I added the grill in front of it, and I think it just makes this whole build complete. I messed around with the chinery paint and the floor tiles a bit here. I couldn't really make up my mind, and I actually don't know why I didn't cut this part out, but at least you see me struggling a bit. It's educational. It shows you that I'm just as flawed as any human being, and I can't make things right for the first time. Even though I tend to cut my videos down, I don't like you to watch me struggle with, I don't know, window placements and these things that you can see here. And I also use this trick that I placed the fence in manually from other places, because I didn't want it to be counted towards the floor limit. And I know I might have said in one of my buildings that I consider this cheating, but I'm a hypocrite. So yeah, that's the thing. We did it now and I regret nothing, okay? Also, I felt like there was too much concrete on this lot and I really needed to add some color on the outside and add some greenery, and I'm very happy with this beautiful pinkish tree. I know it should not be grown in this area or in this city. It's for more of a Japanese environment, but I think it suited this environment a lot and it looks great, and I think it is possible that it could grow here. It was of course artificially planted, it was brought in by a sim or a person, it might even be an invasive species, I don't know, but it looked great, so we are going with it. Here you can see the screenshots and you can see the changes I made. Oh, I changed a lot on the bathroom because I couldn't make it work. I couldn't make the sink work, so it's new. I think the new one even looks better than the original one, so I'm very happy with the bathroom. But I really need to say goodbye now. I am grateful you watched this video this far. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye!